What is up, guys? Welcome back to the Crew 2, and in this video I'm going to revisit the Alfa Romeo 8C. I do know that's the Italian version of competition, so I don't want to butcher that name though, but I did want to take another look at this car, especially after the episode 1 update. I have been noticing more of this vehicle popping up recently, so it's going to be kind of hard to drive a car like this after using the S7 Celine though. But then again, every car is going to have their positives and or negatives. I feel like this car is also going to be in that category, but even though some of these cars are still not going to be like the greatest touring car even after this update, I still find these insanely fun to use, guys, especially on many of the events. And it does turn out here the Alfa Romeo 8C is still going to be a great overall car. I have been noticing this car popping up a tad more often in many of the summits. At least when it comes to the leaderboards and going through them, you basically see the Celine, and then occasionally you might see something like the 8C as well. So I would definitely recommend trying this car out if you guys have not since the update. I do find this thing to be pretty dang fun, but the top speed of this car though, it's going to be around 253 miles per hour, which if I did have to guess is most likely not going to be shocking, considering most of the cars I have been testing out tend to do around 252 to like 256 miles per hour, so it seems like they are all the same and or very close by to each other by like maybe 1 or 2 miles per hour. And then you have something like the Renault and or the Lamborghini Gallardo, and then of course the lovely S7 Celine that do get quite above that pretty quickly as well. But I do think, even though, guys, these cars do have a lower top speed, I really don't think that's going to negatively affect them, mainly because of the way that they do handle now. For example, guys, on many of the tracks, I did mention this in the S7 video as well, a lot of the tracks you're most likely not going to hit 270. I'm sure if you really did want to push some of the cars though, you probably could do over 260 on some of the race tracks, but to be honest, I really wouldn't say that's going to hurt the vehicle, even though this thing does like 17 miles per hour slower than the Celine. I really don't think that's going to negatively affect the 8C here. And the main reason why I say that is I have been noticing on many of these touring car races that yes, some of the cars might be slightly slower with their top speeds overall. I still have been noticing though that many of these cars can still easily compete in summits. Like for example, guys, I would no doubt pick the 8C here for like a summit race, even though every single person might be using like the S7 Celine. I would still easily jump into the 8C here. Now you might not be able to score as good as them, but I would say you can easily get a high enough score to keep you guys in platinum. I really do like the fact that they made every single touring car good now, so I'm hoping this is going to bleed into some of the other classes, at least in Motorfest as well. That way we're going to see a lot of different cars being used instead of like 2 or 3 vehicles per class. I would probably say the metas do change a lot in racing games, especially after updates and or like a new car does get released, but overall, guys, I would say the 8C is going to be a great touring car after this handling update. I am planning on trying out more of these cars like the 8C in future summits to really see how some of these more underrated slash I guess oddball vehicles do compare to something like the Celine and or something like the Lamborghini Gallardo, just to see how some of these oddball vehicles do compare to some of the better ones. I would like to know what you guys think about the Alfa Romeo 8C in the comments below. And here are my updated vehicle settings on the Alfa Romeo.